Heaven and hell. You know, last week, as I shared the message dealing with 2013 review, sort of put a challenge to you as a church to do what? First off, to become a mentor to someone who may not know Jesus. Become a friend to them. Be Jesus to them. And I really, I'm really hoping you take up this challenge this year. Just one person's all I'm asking you to grab a hold of. Whether it's someone who's struggling in their faith and come alongside them and help strengthen them, or there's someone who doesn't know Jesus at all. Just be that friend to them and truly let them see the love of Christ come alive in your heart. And as I thought about this subject here, really began to learn about this mentoring. This is the reason why we're doing it, because I'm going to show you this morning, Jesus brings out in a parable that there is a such thing as heaven, there is a such thing as hell. And we're going to look at that this morning. But the sad part is that there's many people, many churches that question whether or not there truly is a heaven or a hell. Because most of the people that were interviewed, most of them had no problem with heaven, did they? They may not know exactly what it was like or couldn't necessarily describe it to you, but then when they started to ask them about hell, most of them said no, that they don't believe in a hell. And it's said that even the churches have God in that way. See, because the reason why most people feel this way, because of course, we teach this stuff so much about the love of God. Their feeling is that if God is such a loving God, surely He would never send anyone to a place like hell or the lake of fire. And you know what? They are exactly right. God doesn't send them there. They choose to go there. There's a difference. God will not make you do anything you don't want to do. Now, with that being said, I will say this, Pastor, I can call scripture verses where this person is praying because God sort of nudged. Well, yeah. For instance, someone used the Pharaoh during the time when the children of Israel were in slavery. God said, He allowed Pharaoh to exist for such a time as this. And what He meant by that is, God knew if He did this, Pharaoh would react this way. Now, that doesn't mean He made Pharaoh react that way. He just simply knew he would get that kind of reaction. Because let me ask you a question. How many of y'all, if you're married here this morning, you know there's certain things that you do that can really flip the switch of your spouse, isn't there? If there's a certain word you can say, there's a certain action you can do, and you know if you do it, more than likely, they're going to blow their stack. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, let me ask you a question this morning. When you do that action, do you make them do the reaction?
No.
No. It's their choice. They have a choice to react to the action that you do one way or another. It's up to them completely.